Now, what isn't to love about that? Welcome back everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make some pulled beef out of a beef shin. And we'll get started by setting our smoker up. So we'll start by opening our lid, taking our cooking grate out and our heat deflector. And then we can open up some briquettes. And then we'll fill our charcoal basket up. That's 3 kilos in there and that should last us 8 hours plus. Then we'll bury a couple of firelighters in there and light them up. So we've got about 10 minutes now before our briquettes will be ready. So let's get this beef shin trimmed up. Now pretty straightforward. Just want to take all this silver skin and excess fat off. So that's looking pretty good. That's the bone there. Now I'll show you what we're going to do next. Now you can lay this down in your smoker if you want, but I want to hang this, so I'm going to drill a hole in the bone so we can hang it in the drum. Right, so it's been 5 minutes, our firelighters have burnt out, and you can see our briquettes have started catching light. So what we're going to do now is shut our lid and open up both of our vents, and we'll let this smoker start warming up. So while our smoker's coming up to temperature, we're going to get this beef shin seasoned up. Just going to give it a light coat in mustard to help bind our rubs. So go ahead and use your favourite beef rub. We're going to be using our steak shooter and some Heavenly Hell, the grilled, the smoked and the lovely. All right, so our smoker is up to temperature. So we'll get our smoking wood on, get our heat deflector in, and then we can put our hanging bracket in, and then we've put our hook through our beef shin, and we can just hang that right there, close our lid and let it go. So now our shin's on, we've just got to maintain that smoking temperature, and we're going to leave this for a few hours until we are happy with the bark and we've hit an internal temperature of around that 160 Fahrenheit or 71 degrees Celsius. That is looking incredible. Our bark's set nicely. It's not coming off on our finger. So let's wrap this up. So we'll take our hook out and then we will lay our shank down and then we will carefully roll it up in the foil. And then back into the smoker. And as you'll see, I've taken out the hanging attachment and replaced it with our cooking grate. So we'll shut this lid and keep going. So our shank is going to go back in the smoker, wrapped up until it is probing like butter around that 205 Fahrenheit or 96 degrees Celsius internal mark. Now I assume it's going to take another 2 or 3 hours to get there, but I don't like putting a time on things. Like I said, we're going to be using that internal temperature as one point of reference, but probe tenderness is going to be our main point of reference. So if you've got a meat probe, chuck one in and we'll come back once we hit that stage. Right, we've been wrapped up for about 2.5 hours now, so let's have a good look at it. All right, so that's probing super nice all over. And as you can see, we are right around that target internal. 205 to 210. All right, I reckon this is ready to come out for a rest. So that is looking and smelling amazing. So I'm just going to let that steam off for 5 minutes now, unwrapped, just to stop that cooking process. And if I wanted to serve this in the next half an hour, I would just leave it unwrapped at room temperature and serve it in half an hour to an hour. If I wanted to serve it in 2 or 3 hours, then I would wrap it back up and put it in a cooler, and it's going to stay at a nice eating temperature for 3, 4 or 5 hours. And I could even get a bit longer out of it by wrapping a towel around the foil as well. So we'll let this rest and we'll come back when it's ready to pull apart, and I'll show you what I'm going to serve it on. All right, this is ready, time to pull it apart. Right, now I'm going to have a quick taste. Such good flavour out of there. Now I'm going to show you how I'll serve it. So in a bowl, I'm going to go some finely diced tomato, the same amount of finely diced white onion, good pinch of finely chopped parsley, juice of half a lime, some salt and pepper, and we'll stir that around. And then on a nice white corn tortilla, we are going to lay down some of this beautiful meat. Get a nice generous spoonful of this. And then I'm going to add some pickled jalapenos. And I'll finish it off with some spicy mayo. Now, what isn't to love about that? Let's have a taste. That rich pulled meat, there's such a nice fresh thing to that. The spicy mayo, whoa, that's a winner. Feel free to play around with your own toppings, make it your own, but that is a winner. You've got to try it. That's the end of the video. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comments below, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.